Hold it now. That's right. That's right. On the senior circuit, after splitting from the major circus, check how I reword this. Ducking young tigers sitting in the woods. Some guys be up.
And I'm back here with my friend Greg Whitehouse. We're at California Ski Company at Berkeley, where we're going to talk about skis. And there's been a revolution in skiing in the last 5 or 10 years, and I'm sure everybody's seen it or heard about it, which is skis have gotten wider in some cases, they've gotten shorter in many other cases, and it's what ski do I need? And as somebody who teaches ski school on occasion, what I do see is somebody will come in and they'll say, well, I can't ski on these skis very well, I'm not sure what's wrong, and it turned out maybe they weren't sold the proper skis for the conditions. For Lake Tahoe, 80% of what we're skiing on is groom skiing. So if somebody sells you a wide ski to use every day, that might not be appropriate. It might be appropriate for somewhere like Utah or Colorado. So you have to really be honest with what type of skiing you're going to do and what your budget is. Because in my case, I might have three or four pairs of skis because I ski in a wide range of conditions. For somebody who's just coming up 5 or 6 days a year, you really just want one ski. So Greg, why don't you talk a little bit about skis and how do people identify what they need as far as the right ski for them?
Well, Kevin, we typically address 4 aspects of the ski. The waist, which is the narrowest point of the ski in the middle of the hourglass shape. The shape itself, what kind of turn does the ski automatically make. The stiffness of the ski, and then the torsion of the ski, how well the ski is designed to not twist and hold its edge.
Right.
And basically, what we're finding now is that the skis are breaking down into categories. The last few years it's been very confusing for the consumers, but we're trying to present it so that there's 4 different categories of skis. You have your most popular ski, which we're going to call it all mountain ski. And that ski is going to be a moderate waist, typically 80 to 85 millimeters wide.
Right.
And it's going to have a pretty severe side cut. It's going to turn pretty easily. It's going to feel very safe and secure on the mountain. And we'll have an offering for men and women from every brand in that category. That's going to be number 1.
As far as that width goes, on the sort of between 80 and 90, right? Let's say in the mid 80s. That's the ski that I'm going to use probably 85% of the time. Is somewhere going to be in that 85 to 90% where they work great on sort of all condition groom slopes. So if you're going to ski on groom slopes and somebody says, well, I have a ski that's 95 or 98, that's probably not going to be the right ski for you. And on the other hand, if you haven't skied very much and somebody has a World Cup ski that's 78, probably maybe not the right ski either. So, and there's the 5th category, Greg, which is almost as important as everything else. You know what that is?
What's that?
Okay, it's got to look good.
There
right?
you go.
So, okay, go ahead and keep telling us about the ski.
So this is Ski Logic, good looking ski. This is currently my favorite ski. So that's 80 underfoot at a little under 100 underfoot at 98. This is a blizzard ski called the Bonafide. I think last year this was the most popular ski on the planet. It's extremely versatile for that skier who is truly a high advanced or expert skier. This can be an everyday ski. Or the solid intermediate that really wants to be off the groom slopes as much as they possibly can.
And if you see a Squaw Valley skier, an everyday Squaw Valley skier, you're going to see them using this width ski or wider every day. And you have to remember, these guys and gals, they're experts. They're primarily skiing off-piste, and they're really fantastic skiers. So you may see them on super wide skis, and that might be appropriate for them, or somebody that's a really terrific skier, or maybe they only come out during the very best days, right?
Yes, and I completely agree with you, Kevin. I think that, as human beings, we see the people in the movies and our heroes on skis, and we want to be on the same equipment as them, but it's probably not realistic for most of us. I spend a lot more time on the narrower skis, just like you. I have this is my go-to ski unless it's deep out.
Right.
And then I have some some skis if it's very icy. But that if I had to have one ski, that would be what I'd live with. And I'm not in the movies, and I'm not going to be, and I can live with that. So I try to live with the right ski. Another very popular category right now, since everybody has gotten their wider skis to go with. Maybe they had an all mountain ski, and over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a lot of people coming in getting powder skis because of the rocker story and a lot of reasons. A real powder ski is just on those special days. It really makes it great. And what people are now finding is that on those really bulletproof days, which for instance last year from around Christmas till the middle of February, it didn't snow very much. The skiing was still great, but you were skiing on firm snow. And this is a ski from Head that is using the same technology that their World Cup skis. So Buddy Miller and Lindsey Vonn are skiing on skis that use the same technology. They just made this an easier ski so that the average decent and up skier, it's sort of an intermediate to expert skier is going to be happy on this ski. And it has electronics on the inside of it. It has edge hold that you can't believe. It's easy to ski at slow speeds, and at high speeds it actually gets stiffer like the wings on a fighter plane. It's really, really a cool ski. And they've come down in price a little bit, and every brand is making a ski like this too, and we're carrying 3 or 4 of them. And last year we sold out. People are starting to look for these technical skis because, face it, everyone's running around in their SUVs. Yeah. And you jump on a Ferrari, and it's exciting. Yeah. So
these look nice.
They look nice underneath your boots.
Might be a good Christmas gift.
Yeah. You listening, Mom?
Exactly. So, basically what we talked about is if you had one pair of everydays, the way I would do it, if I could have 2 pair of skis, I would do exactly what Greg said. I'm going to have an everyday ski that I'm going to use a lot, which is going to probably be around that 85 underfoot, 80 to 85 in that range. And then, which I do have, I have some Watteas. I have the Wattea 120s. But if you can afford to have the most amazing powder ski, because we do get 5 or 10 of these days, and this is what we all live for. When we hear it snowed 4 or 5 feet, everybody's going. So if you want to take advantage of the best snow, just like if you went to Mavericks and you wanted to take advantage of the best wave, you want the best gear, and it's going to be something like this, maybe a rocker ski. And rocker isn't a concept maybe not everybody gets. What's the rocker for, Greg? Why do you have rocker in a ski like this?
Well, the rocker does a lot of things, Kevin. First of all, what is rocker? A typical conventional non-rockered ski like we're used to has something called camber, and that means the skis aren't flat. They're actually arched up in the center. So when you stand on the ski in the snow, it flattens out and it puts pressure on the tip and the tail, but they're making contact all the way up to the front of the ski and all the way to the back, except for just the little shovel. So you're skiing on a ski this long. If you're in powder where you can't push down enough to get the ski to bow, it's going to stay in basically a flatter, even cambered shape. So you're just sort of pushing some sticks around. When you get a rockered ski, that changes. Now you have a ski that, if you see the light through here, you'd find that the contact point when you stand on it, there's a little bit of camber underfoot, but when you stand on it, the place where it makes contact with the snow is way back here in the front, and it's right here in the back. So your point of contact starts from here, goes to here, and this ski's going to turn like it's this long basically on groomers. So you can have this big fat ski that's hard to ski on groomers, and it allows you to do that. And then when you get off the groomers into the powder, the front of the ski sticks up like the prow of a boat, and it planes up over the powder.
Hi.
Hi. And in crud or uneven snow, it stays up on top instead of sinking in. You don't get battered around. Rocker, in essence, does a lot of good things for you, but what you need to know is what rocker does for you is it makes skiing easier and less tiring. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're not as tired.
And the thing about what I do see a lot when people come, they bought a rockered ski, is that they get it the same length as their groom ski. In other words, they're getting it too short. And if somebody says, well, you need to ski the ski a little bit longer, and at least that's my opinion, don't be afraid to go a little bit longer, because you have to remember, when you get in that deep powder, a little bit more surface area is going to make that ski float, at a lot less speed.
Absolutely.
So don't necessarily make the mistake of buying the ski a little bit too short. Make sure that you get it a little bit longer. And how do you know how long to get it? Come down and see Greg at California Ski Company. He's going to tell you based on your ski ability and what you want to do, the right ski for you, and you will save yourself a lot of time and money, and it's going to make your holiday or your weekend fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.
All right, man. Thank you.
Zone 3, hey!
We finna crank it up, BME. Show y'all what some real gangsters is, 'cause some of y'all just don't know. I'm a gangster, 245. I charge on the Lucy, baby girl, you wanna ride with a gangster. Hey, yeah, that's me. Tinted out, right dirty, coming down your street. I'm a gangster. Kick, trigger, squeeze up. Got 50 killer with the strap down, cheese others. I'm a gangster. Yeah, top of the list. BME, mama, get your mind right. So many ways you can spray, get hit with the K any day.